involvement in the faculty hiring process.
Learn how a variety of companies are reaching out and recruiting on campus.
And hear what students say the pros and cons are for living in the dorms. All this and more tonight on Wildcast.
Live from the University of Arizona UAPD studio, this is Wildcast.
Welcome to Wildcast. I'm Max Efrein.
And I'm Jackie Kent. Thanks for joining us tonight.
The U of A is looking to hire a new faculty member, and President Ann Weaver Hart is making sure the students are involved in the decision. Wildcast reporter Sheridan Fiddleman has more on what positions need to be filled.
With many changes taking place at the University of Arizona, President Ann Weaver thinks it's important that the students get involved with the decision making. The University of Arizona is seeking to fill Senior Vice President for Research. Dr. Burks is one of the first of many candidates to come speak at the U of A. On a Monday afternoon, she had an open forum to talk to faculty and students in hope of being appointed to the position. The U of A generates more than $625 million in annual research, and the person who fills this position will be charged with transforming the research program to whole new levels.
I think it's really cool that the school wants to give students a chance to have input on big decisions, especially like research projects. I think the position would be really helpful as long as the time is managed efficiently. And I also think it's important that the appointed is able to speak for the student body at large.
I just think that it's kind of weird that they even want any sort of student input on it. I mean, if they wanted true and legitimate results, they should have some sort of voting panel, something like that. And it's even stranger that they want our opinion because it doesn't directly affect us in any way. By the time that any changes are made, we won't even still be here at the U of A.
The position of Senior Vice President for Research is a member of the President's Cabinet and senior leadership team and oversees matters related to research and creative activities. Reporting at the University of Arizona for Wildcast, I'm Sheridan Fiddleman.
While the exact number of lives lost in the Holocaust might never be known, the UA hosts an annual vigil to remember those who died. Today through noon tomorrow, UA students are painting ceramic butterflies on the mall. The goal is to create 1.5 million of them to honor the memory of the number of children killed. Student reps are also reading the names of all the lives lost. We'll show you that video in just a minute here. Holocaust survivors shared their stories on the mall this afternoon. Lily Bruhl has a message for future generations.
You can go through hell and survive and make a life and build family, that life goes on.
If you want to participate in any of the remaining events, you can check it out at uahillel.org.
The UA is hosting the 6th annual Stuff the Cat Tran food drive this coming Tuesday. Departments from around the campus will bring collected donations from their completed food drives and stuff everything into a Catran bus. The donations will help hunger relief programs at the Community Food Bank of Southern Arizona. If you have a few non-perishable food items you'd like to that you have to spare and you want to support the effort, the event will be taking place all day at Cherry and University on the UA campus. A drop-off area will be available on the UA Mall, and cash contributions will be accepted as well. For questions or more details, you can go to our Facebook page at UATV3.
After the break, hear about the event that's helped students secure jobs after graduation.
People may tune out someone they see on a median trying to sell newspapers.
Those extra few hours of having to swipe your CAT card to get in at night might be keeping non-U of A students out of the library.
And while some are traveling to Mexico for cheaper gas, others are forced to pay those high prices at the pump.
Students and parents are always invited to come cheer on the Wildcats.
We'll see you back here next week for another edition of Wildcast.
Welcome back.
Good evening.
It's been pretty clear now that spring is here, but let's turn over to weather reporter Shay Sorensen for this week's forecast. Shay.
Good evening, Wildcats. The high today was 84 degrees and warm temperatures will continue as we head into Wednesday. Windy conditions with blowing dust will continue as well, but by the time we get to Thursday, only slightly breezy conditions will prevail. A storm system will be passing through to the north on Thursday and Friday, and that is what is causing all this wind as it moves closer to the area. This system will also drop temps down to about 74 on Thursday, which is actually below the average of 76 for this time of year. Temps will pick back up to the upper 70s on Friday, and by the weekend, we're looking at the low to mid 80s. Clear skies are also in store for the weekend, but on Monday and Tuesday, we might see some high clouds. That is all I have for you, Wildcats, and I'll see you next time.
Every semester, companies and organizations send recruiters to the University of Arizona. Wildcast reporter Madison Noble visited the UA Career Fair and talked to some representatives about the different job opportunities available to students.
The UA Career Center hosted its Spring Career Fair on March 11th and 12th. It hosted over 130 different booths and businesses where students were allowed to talk to representatives about future employment.
Second day of the career fair, we have 135 organizations signed up. Yesterday we had 120 tables. Today we have about 60, so we have half the ballroom today. But it's a wide variety of opportunities for U of A students. We're very happy with the turnout.
Resumes were exchanged and the employers explained what they thought they were looking for in their employees. Each business was different.
We're looking for talented technology professionals. We're recruiting for technology professionals, aptitude to learn. We're looking at all degrees in the technology field, engineering, computer science, MIS, the ISTA program. And we look for great personality, good culture fit, willingness to learn.
It opens many doors for you. Also internships. All in all, it's a great program that you can take. Go to class in your flip-flops, receive top-notch military training, and you're a part of the biggest sorority or fraternity at the university.
I think the employers are looking for someone who is confident, and definitely I felt kind of left out because I'm a psychology major. It's more business orientated, but I mean, that is the growing business right now in the United States, so I mean, that's what they want.
The career fair was a huge success that gave many students the opportunity to prepare for life after college. Reporting from the North Ballroom, I'm Madison Noble reporting for Wildcast.
A UAPD officer charged with super extreme DUI was expected to be in court earlier this week, but he never showed up. We first told you about Sergeant John McGrath earlier this semester when police say he crashed his patrol unit into a concrete wall while he was actually on duty. He's been with UAPD since 2009 and was just promoted to sergeant just last year. Police say he also didn't show for his first hearing back in February. His next court appearance is set for April 21st.
Now, not showing up for your court appearance, typically, from my knowledge, that means there's a warrant out for your arrest. Now, we don't know that exactly, but...
That's true. We don't know what causes. We don't know if his lawyer showed up to court, so we don't know that yet. But what police are also telling us, this is the facts they've given us, is that he just also came back from a tour in Afghanistan before this happened.
Right, absolutely. Many students have mixed feelings about living on campus. Wildcast reporter Riley Brown talked to some residents about safety in the dorms.
From Highland Avenue to 6th Street, dorms are home to about 6,500 students here at the U of A. For residence life, the safety and comfort of these students within their dorms is the #1 priority. The most notorious dorm bringing attention to these priorities is arguably Coronado.
I think that maybe the RA should be more strict about quiet hours, because I know there's a lot of kids, like even 2 floors down, that they'll play music and it'll wake you up in the middle of the night just because it's so loud and they're like aspiring DJs or whatever. But at the same time, I think that they should be less strict on checking people in, especially on like Thursdays through the weekends, because it's really annoying when like you just have your friend and you've been hanging out all day and you just want to go back to your dorm instead of stopping by wherever they live.
if they don't have their ID, then they like can't even get into NATO. So I think that's kind of ridiculous sometimes.
I think the RAs here are pretty fair. Like, I guess they could give you a warning before like they call the police on you or something, but like I feel like they're generally pretty fair.
The strangest experience I think I've had is the kid that lives on my floor. His roommate kind of just, dropped him on us and ditched because he had alcohol poisoning. And so we had to get our RA and call the cops and brought like a stretcher, and the paramedics were there, and I got to watch my friend get taken out of NATO on a stretcher.
I feel pretty safe around Coronado because there's police around here and they keep things in order.
I feel pretty safe. The only time there's been anything wrong is there was somebody suspicious outside of Coronado one time, and the RAs called the cops right away, and the problem was taken care of within like 15 minutes, so safe here.
Reporting from the University of Arizona for Wildcast, I'm Riley Brown.
So you might have heard that our basketball team is doing pretty well. But let's turn over now to sports reporter Chelsea Moe to see what we have in sports in the week ahead. Chelsea.
Hello Wildcats, I hope that you had a great spring break. This week in tennis, freshman Lauren Marker was named Pac-12 Women's Tennis Player of the Week. In Arizona football, head coach Rich Rodriguez and the team resumed spring practice in full pads. Rodriguez says that the practice went better than he thought, and the coach seems hopeful for the upcoming season. In softball, the Cats dominated as they earned their third consecutive run rule victory over Oregon State to sweep the Beavers 14-1. On the year, Arizona softball is a perfect 19-0 on the season. Arizona basketball will be making its third Sweet 16 appearance in the last 4 years this Thursday in Anaheim. Also, this season marks Arizona's 27th 20-win campaign since 1985. UA's 32 victories this year mark the second-best single-season total in program history. Let's go Cats. Have a great week, guys. Back to you.
Thanks so much for joining us tonight. You could watch us anytime online at uatv.arizona.edu or on our YouTube channel, UATV CH3.
Don't forget to watch the Wildcats take on San Diego State tomorrow night. We'll see you next week for another edition of Wildcast.